Hi everyone, we are here at our new lesson for English 4 and we are now at week 4. So this is your lesson for week 4 in English and this will cover somewhat a lot of topic. So we have singular and plural nouns, mass and count nouns, singular and plural subject, personal pronoun. We have regular and irregular verbs plus the subject verb agreement. So let's try to put this all in a single video. And of course, even though this is a lot, we know that most of it are very easy to understand. Okay, so for our lesson objectives, our learning intention for this week is to distinguish between mass and count nouns as well as identify and categorize nouns as singular or plural, differentiate singular and plural subject and personal pronouns, and identify regular and irregular verbs, plus observe the correct subject and verb agreement. So to start off, our day one, so let's have a short review and it is about compound words. So use the words below to make compound words. So try to take a look closer at those pictures and combine them, and let's try what compound words can you make from these pictures. So let's try. Okay, for number one, we have fire and a fighter. So that becomes a firefighter. For number two, we have rain and a coat. It's a raincoat. For number three, a picture of a sun and a flower. It is a sunflower. For number four, we have a dragon and a fly. It makes a dragonfly. And for last, number five, we have a picture of a sea and a horse, which becomes seahorse as a compound word. Alright, so look around our school. What do you see? So aside from the objects, what else do you see? So do you know the different places in our school? Can you please name them? Of course, you have your stage. For some, they have their laboratory. Some have their canteen. Some have their own library. Okay. Of course, every school must have a comfort room, right? And a whole lot more. And do you have pets at home? Can you name those pets or your pets at home? So of course we have our dogs, our cats, our bunnies. Or some have birds. Okay, for some they have hamsters. Okay, and for some they have fish. Okay, do you celebrate your birthday? So aside from your birthday, what else do you celebrate? So of course we celebrate Christmas, New Year's Eve. We also celebrate Independence Day. We also celebrate, or in our country, we celebrate a bunch of holidays, right? So we have a lot of holidays because we celebrate a lot of things in our country. Okay. Now, what do we call teachers, learners, and principals? What about a blackboard, pencil, books, and tables? How about the canteen, school clinic, and principal's office? Oh, we forgot to mention principal's office. What do we call dogs, cats, and chickens? In one word, what do we call them? They are all names. And do you know what we call these names? We call them nouns. So what are nouns? Okay. So nouns are the names of person, places, things, events. Okay, so that is what a noun is. So this time we are going to study more about the singular and plural nouns. So we already know what a noun is. So again, it is a name of person, places, things, or animals and events. Okay, so this time we will study the number of nouns. We call them singular and plural nouns. So we also know the difference between singular nouns and plural nouns. Do you know the difference? So when we say singular nouns, um, when you say singular, it's only one. And when you say plural nouns, it's more than one. Okay, so let's read these examples. Bag is to singular noun while bags is to plural noun. Church is to singular noun while churches is to plural noun. Child is to singular noun while children is to plural noun. Now bag, church, and child are examples of singular nouns. So what does a singular noun mean? Okay, so singular nouns refer to a single or one person, place, things, animals, or events. While plural nouns refers to more than one person, places, things, animals, and events. So bags, churches, and children are examples of plural nouns. Okay, so we have here a paragraph. Okay, let's read the story and answer the questions. It's Rovi Ann's birthday. Rovi Ann is very excited because it is her birthday. The Riliera family will celebrate it on the beach. Mother wakes up too early to buy the things needed for cooking food that they will bring to the beach. She goes to the market early to buy fish, fruits, and vegetables. She also goes to the market to buy the things she needs for cooking. When she returns home, she cooks the food to be brought to the beach. Rovi Ann prepares the spoons, forks, and knives. She also prepares the glasses, plates, and saucers in one container. She also prepares fruits like bananas, watermelon, and mangoes in another container. Everything is ready and everybody is excited to go to the beach. They even bring their pet dog Blackie with them. So who will go to the beach? So the whole Riliera family will go to the beach to celebrate Rovi Ann's birthday. So where will the Riliera family go? So they are going to the beach. So what are the things that they will bring to the beach? Actually, they will bring a lot. Like spoons, forks, knives. So these were the things that Rovi Ann prepared, while her mother prepared the food that they're going to eat. She prepared the fruits, the vegetables, and a lot of food. So she even went to the market to buy fresh fruits and vegetables and even fish to be brought to their party. Okay, so aside from the things that they will bring, what else do they bring with them? So they never forgot their pet, Blackie, to they bring Blackie with them to the beach. What occasion are they going to celebrate on the beach? So they're going to celebrate Robbie Ann's birthday. So these words are called nouns. So what is a noun? So again, it is the name of a person, places, things, animals, and events. Alright, now, nouns are names of persons, places, animals, and events, and nouns can also be singular or plural. So we have here in a table singular nouns and plural nouns. So mother, mothers, market, markets, container, containers, dog, and dogs. So we also already know what is a singular and a plural noun. Okay, so how, going back to this table, how do the nouns form their plural form? So as we observe, okay, from the singular nouns, we just add s to the base form of the word to make it in a plural form. So by adding s for some words, okay, you can form the plural form by adding s on the words. Okay. So first, that is for table 1. So we just add s from the root word to make it in a plural form. So for this table 2, we have fairy, fairies, story, stories, elf, elves, loaf, and we have loaves. So how do we form the plural form of this noun? So for those words who ends in Y, we change Y to I and then we add ES. For those words that ends with letter F, okay, we change F to V and then we add ES. So that is how we form the plural form of this nouns which ends in Y and in F. Now let's have table 3. Okay, we have child and children, tooth, teeth, foot, and feet. And for some nouns, okay, to form the plural form or the plural form of the word or of the noun, we need to change their spelling to show and create their plural form. Okay, so now let's have the count and mass nouns. Mass nouns, we have here some examples. We have vinegar, patis, and water are examples of mass nouns. Now, based on these examples, what does a mass noun mean? Okay, can you count vinegar? Can you count the patis? And can you count the water? Okay, can you count them by your bare hands? Now we have the count nouns. So examples of count nouns, we have bags, notebooks, and pencils. So these are examples of count nouns. Now, what does a count noun mean? So based on the examples. So another table, we have, for count nouns, we have cake, glasses, oven, and cup. For mass nouns, we have rice, butter, sugar, and milk. So, count nouns are nouns that can be counted individually. Okay, you can count them by your bare hands. While mass nouns, we call them uncountable nouns because we cannot count them individually. Okay, so of course, like rice. Can you count how many rice are you going to cook for breakfast? Okay, can you count the sugar and the milk that you're going to mix to make your own milk? Okay, so that is the simple explanation for that. So for count nouns, these are the nouns that you can simply count individually. For mass nouns, these are uncountable nouns, no? Meaning to say, you can count them. Okay, or hindi mo talaga sila mabibilang kasi katulad ng vinegar, hindi mo siya mabibilang unless you put the vinegar in a bottle. You put the water in a bottle, so you're going to count how many bottles of water. But the water itself, you cannot count that. Okay. So we have here a worked example. So look at the pictures and identify if the underlined word is singular or plural. For number 1, butterfly, of course it is singular. Clowns, plural. Pencil, singular. Children, plural. And bag is singular. Now for day 2, we are going to learn more about singular and plural subject, personal pronoun. So we go now to the pronoun. So what is a pronoun? Okay, so it takes the place of a noun, or it simply takes the place of a noun. So we use that so that the names of the nouns are not repeatedly being kumbaga hindi siya inuulit, hindi pa ulit-ulit yung pangalan, no? Because kapag paulit-ulit na sinasabi or binabanggit natin or sinusulat natin yung noun, yung pangalan ng isang noun, masakit na siya sa pandinig. That is where the pronoun comes in. So that we don't repeatedly say or repeatedly write the names of the noun. Okay, so do you want people around you to always call your name? How will you feel if they will repeatedly call or say your name? Instead of repeatedly calling or saying the name of a person, we can use other words to replace them. Do you know the word? We call this word a pronoun. So, Yun na yung ating sinabi kanina. After studying nouns, we are going to study another part of speech which is the pronoun. We also need to study the subject personal pronouns used as singular and plural. So for example, Jonathan is an industrious boy. Jonathan wakes up early in the morning. Jonathan waters the plants every afternoon. Jonathan can even sweep the floor before going to school. Jonathan washes the dishes. Jonathan reviews his lessons before going to bed. Okay, so let us read another text and then answer the question. Celia is an amazing person. Celia always wears a smile on her face. Celia brightens the faces of people she meets. Celia is also helpful. Celia is willing to help anybody who is in need. Celia is also creative. Celia is good at painting and drawing. Celia has a strong self-confidence. Celia does not give up easily even during the hard times. And Celia is admirable. That is why Celia is my best friend. Okay. Now, is that good to hear? Okay. So, everything about Celia is being described in the paragraph. In every sentence, it contains the word Celia. And the first one, in every sentence, Jonathan is being said. Alright. Now, she is used to substitute for Celia. She is an example of a subject personal pronoun. She is used as the subject of the sentence. Celia is a noun while she is a pronoun. Okay, so we can use she to substitute for the word or for the name Celia. Okay, so we have here another paragraph. The mother went to the grocery store one day. The sales lady smiled at mother to welcome her. Mr. Reynoso asked what would mother buy. Mr. Reynoso said that Mr. But said that Mr. Reynoso and his wife are willing to help mother. Mother said, Mother wants to buy some fresh fruits. Fresh fruits are better than junk food, said Mr. Reynoso. Mr. Reynoso's daughter sells the fruits to mother. Now, who went to the grocery store? So it is mother. Alright, and who smiled to mother? It is the sales lady. So who asked what mother needed? So it is Mr. Reynoso. So who were willing to help mother? So it is Mr. Reynoso and his wife. And what are better than junk foods? It is fresh fruits. Now, the words are repeatedly used in a paragraph. In what way is the idea of the paragraph affected? Because of the repetition of these words. What can be done to avoid such repetition in paragraph or even a sentence? So if we say and we repeatedly say the names of persons in one paragraph, sometimes it causes confusion. Like me, by reading the paragraph myself, I somewhat get lost who is Mr. Reynoso and what he is going to do with mother, right? But if we simply use pronouns to replace these names, I think we can easily understand the paragraph and what is it like to convey to the readers. Words that are repeatedly used in a paragraph or even in a sentence can be replaced with other words to make the idea much clearer. And what do we use to replace these words? So we call that a subject personal pronoun. So we use subject personal pronouns to take the place of a person. Okay, so we have here personal pronouns. So are words used in place of nouns in sentences, especially when we are talking about persons. So what other personal pronouns do we know? We have here the examples. We have the first person singular, we use I. And for the plural, we use we. Okay, so kasama ka na dun sa we, no? It is you, and then yung kasama mo. In the second person singular, you use you. Ito na yung kausap mo. Okay? So, for plural, still, you pa rin ang gagamitin. For the third person singular, no, ito na yung, kumbaga, pinag-uusapan ninyo. Okay? For singular, we use she for which if we are referring to a girl, and he if we are referring to a boy, and it if we are referring to an animal or a thing. And then for plural, a third person, pinag-uusapan, we use the pronoun they. When using personal pronouns to replace nouns, it is important to choose the correct pronoun based on the number of the subject. The subject may be singular, referring to one person or thing, or plural, when we are referring to more than one person or thing. Okay, so complete the sentence by writing the correct personal pronoun. For example, a frog, okay, it is big. Okay, we see a veterinarian. Okay, he is a veterinarian. Two puppies, so more than one, they are cute. Okay, we can see a nun. Okay, she is kind. And we can see a flower. It is red. Now let's have day 3. And for day 3, we are going to focus on regular and irregular verbs. So after discussing about nouns and pronouns, now we are going to jump with the verbs. Okay, so can you still remember what are verbs? So very good. Verbs are action words. So what do you do to help your parents when they are at home? What work do you do at home? What do you clean, sweep, wash, cook, and wipe? What do you call the underlined words? So these words are action words. So we call them verbs. So today we are going to study regular and irregular words. So what is the difference between a regular and irregular verbs? So do you know the difference? So let's try to find out. So read the paragraph and let's try to answer the questions. So the paragraph is about in the farm. My vacation in the farm was an amazing one. The whole family stayed there for 1 month. We helped our father in harvesting fruits. We helped our mother in cooking our food. I learned many things about cooking. I enjoyed my vacation very much. Next year, the whole family will stay there again. I hope that my parents will allow me to swim in the river. Can you pick out all the verbs in the past form used in the given story? What do you notice about these verbs? So I can see stayed, helped. We also have learned and enjoyed. Okay, so I think that's all. And what did we notice about this word? So we only add ed to form the past form of these verbs. Okay, so another one. Rosa woke up early yesterday. The sun shone brightly. The birds sang merrily. She had an aerobic exercise outside. She also ran in the plaza. She met her friend. They ate breakfast at home. Now, pick out all the verbs in the past form used in a given paragraph. So we have woke, shone, sang, ran, met, and ate. Okay, so what do you notice about these verbs? So these verbs change their spelling to form their past form. Okay, so there are also verbs that form their past but do not change their spelling and instead retain the same spelling as the present form. So they're also called irregular verbs. So for those verbs that we only add ed to form their past form, we call them regular verbs. While for those verbs that we change the spelling, and for the verbs that we retain their spelling, we call them irregular verbs. So We have here the examples of verbs that we retain the spelling. We have hit, read, put, and cut. Alright, so we are now in our day 4 and we're going to discuss more. Alright, and this time we're going to discuss the subject verb agreement. Now, the verb must always agree with its number. If the subject is singular, the verb must be in singular form. If the subject is plural, the verb must also be in the plural form. We will study the correct subject-verb agreement to avoid confusion. Okay, so let's read the sentences. Manny Pacquiao makes all Filipinos proud. He starts and ends his game with a prayer. He tries to win all his games. And many people admire him as a player. Alright, so now, how do we make subjects and verbs agree? So singular subjects use singular verbs. Example, the cat sits on the mat. Singular subject is cat while singular verb sits. Now, for the verb to be singular, we add s. Okay, baliktad sila ng noun. Yung noun, kapag singular, we don't add s. But for the verbs, no, to make it singular, or yung singular form ng isang verb is with s. Now, so always remember that. Okay, again, singular subjects use singular verbs. Plural subjects use plural verbs. Now, ganun pa rin. Baliktad sila. Si nouns, to make it plural, we add s, right? But yung plural form ng verb is without s. Okay, the cats sit on the mat. So, plural subject, cats, plural verb, sit. Alright. Okay, so now let's have a quick activity to further practice our subject and verb agreement. Now, fill in the blank with the correct form of the verb. Ray, singular, so we use a singular verb. Makes his project with his father. The fisherman, okay, plural. So we use the plural verb, return, for their safety. The learners, okay, plural. We use the plural form, enjoy. Franny and I, okay, plural to. So we use the plural form, so which is take. The conductor, singular, we use a singular verb, calls. Okay, for letter B, write the correct form of the verb to complete the sentences. So Anna waters the plants every day. Mother cooks delicious breakfast for us this morning. We brush our teeth every after meal. Lisa walks to the school and Lino climbs the guava tree. Okay, we have here our formative assessment, and I would like you to do this silently, and later on, kindly check if you got the correct answer for our formative assessment. So it is, I think, 20 points. Okay, good luck! Okay, it's time for us to check if you got the correct answer for our assessment. And that ends our lesson for this week. Thank you very much for being with me and for sharing your time with me. So, I am Teacher Isa, and thank you, and see you next time. Bye bye.